My name is Honorable Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. I'm rising on a point of order.
Members of the NCOP, take your seats. Take your seats.
Which rule are you using, my Honorable Speaker?
Honorable Malema.
I'm rising on a point of order.
Honorable
Honorable Chairperson, you are not a bishop. You are excommunicating us illegally.
You must tell us.
Hello everyone and welcome. Ever since I made the last two videos on the state of nation address, my channel has been doing very well. It seems that people are very interested in these political kind of videos. So I thought this week I will come back again with another politically related videos. In this video I will look over how the current president Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa and the former president Jacob Zuma answer questions, especially when they are controversial questions and questioning their character or threatening their character in the presence or the pressure of the EFF. I will start by first looking at how Jacob Zuma responded to the questions. As you all know, the main question around his presidency, which he has the greatest difficulty answering, was with relation to Inkandla.
When is he paying the money?
And with Cyril Ramaphosa, the question that I would say was kind of the hardest question ever since he has been the president that he faced was when he was accused of being a sellout during the struggle.
This issue of selling out is very important.
Honorable Lekota, please continue.
But of course, I will get over that later on. Right now, let's look how the question was asked to Jacob Zuma.
He asked the president as to when he is going to pay the money in terms of what the public protector has said.
Now that we've seen the question, let's see what happens.
And I find it very difficult, Speaker. Why are you protecting the president? The president is here. He must talk for himself without you to protect him. Maybe the president wants to answer the question that when is he going to pay back the money? Members of the NCOP, take your seats. Take your seats.
The speakers tried their best to suppress the opposition, which is the EFF, by trying to stop them from asking questions and trying to suppress them.
Let the president give us an answer. He's here. Stop being an overprotective over the president and creating an impression that the president is incapable of answering questions or responding on his behalf. Let the president take a podium. Let the president tell us if he wants to answer it or not.
I wonder, as all this is happening, what His Excellency Zuma Jacob Zuma is doing. He eventually answered the question, and this was the answer. This is actually funny because he got away with that. That was his answer, him laughing. And on another day, the EFF asked the same question again to him, and this is how they asked this question again.
When is he paying the money?
To no one's surprise, this was his answer again.
As you can see my hand ahead here.
The EFF went crazy over this as usual. You know, they tried to ask this question again and again and again.
Can the question be answered, Madam Speaker?
Everybody thought that he was rushed and then he did not finish answering. He was just laughing. He was going to answer eventually. And the speaker here gave him a chance to continue if he didn't finish answering.
Honorable President, were you still finishing off?
No, Honorable Speaker, I answered the question. They wanted the answer they want, not what I was answering.
Okay.
Those were the few examples that I picked of how His Excellency Jacob Zuma used to answer questions. I'll not spend too much time on it. I'll move right along to Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, and we'll see with him how he handles these allegations made against him that he was sellout during the struggle. Let's first start by looking at the actual question or allegation, how it was made by Mr. Lekota.
You wrote to the special branch that we put communist ideas in your head. In doing so, you condemned us to the special branch. And I say, no, I say this to you. I say this to you.
Order.
Because the special branch rewarded you as they always reward their victims. And they send you home. And we headed to Robben Island. You should have responded. This invitation that you are issuing on Friday, you should have issued it then. We should have traveled together to the island to serve years for the struggle of our people. I will not join you in the trip that you are suggesting.
Usually, as allegations like this start, the speaker step in to protect the president. Now with Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, I wonder if they're gonna do the same.
The president is quite capable of dealing with whatever matter.
Mr. Lekota continues stating his claim and making his allegation. Even the EFF offered him their time of speaking in parliament. They wanted to give it to him so he can continue telling this story a lot further.
Honorable Malema?
We want to offer Honorable Lekota 8 minutes of the EFF, which is remaining. Is it allowed, Chair?
That is not allowed, sir. Please take your seat.
Now that accusations have been made, shots have been fired, let's see how our president, His Excellency Ubuaba Cyril Ramaphosa, will respond to these allegations. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring your attention to how Mr. Ramaphosa handles this whole situation. As we saw with Jacob Zuma, he would just laugh at it. Let's see the difference between these two presidents, how Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa addresses this allegation.
Now, I was advised that I should perhaps not even dignify some of the comments that were made with any form of response, and particularly what Honorable Lekota had to say. But against that advice, I decided that let me rather set the record straight. Honorable Lekota is correct in saying we were detained in the same trial event in 1974. Now, my arrest was quite dramatic because Sidibe, the president of the SRC, had been arrested, and he had, we decided to march on the Mankweng police station, which Honorable Malema will be most familiar with. We marched on that police station as a student body, and during that march, the SRC went in and some of us stayed outside. And they then decided that they wanted to have me arrested. They then said, call Ramaphosa in because he can shed light on whatever. And the SRC members, without knowing that this was going to happen, called me in, and as soon as I sat down, they said, you can all leave now. Ramaphosa is now under arrest. And I was arrested, transported to Pretoria Central Prison, where I was in solitary confinement for a solid 6 months before anyone came to talk to me. Then later they started interrogating me, which was quite vicious. I will not go into that. Now, you know, when you deal with police, security police, there are three things that they want from you. It's either you cooperate with them, you give evidence against your comrades, or you become an askari and go and kill your comrades, or you become a paid agent. I did not do any of the three things that they wanted. Not at all. Not at all. And when they released me for the last time, they then said, we want you to work with us. And I still remember who it was. It was Major Haystack. He said, we want you to work with us. And I said, I will never agree to work with you and betray my people. And they said, we will come back to you.
And of course, he goes further to give more and more details about this and explain even more, which I will not show here because this video will be super long. Jacob Zuma, during his presidency, answers some questions very well. I'm not taking away from that or saying he didn't. And Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa also answered other questions. These were the just two ones I found interesting. How the two presidents handle specific questions where they question or attack directly into their character and put them in a very tight spot. And lastly, my channel is doing very well currently. I'm still on the way towards 200 subscribers. I'm hoping to reach it before the end of this month. We're about 18 subscribers away. If you really like what I'm doing here or enjoyed this video, please give a like and consider subscribing if you're not. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paki. I thank you for watching. Goodbye.